He says his childhood is the reverse because he didn't have a childhood as a kid.
Impressive.
And then now
he's kind of doing everything.
And now he's doing everything, yeah.
Yeah. Well, but he learned a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely
he is who he is today. Huh?
Skill.
I lost it again. Can't find it.
Just type in, no, it's Boulder. You're typing it wrong.
Oh. Check the audio real quick. Out there in Facebook land, okay. It's kind of fun that you can do this without any wires. I know, wires out to you. And the possibility of 2 billion users. I mean, people looking at it. I mean, there's a possibility. Although they've had a kind of a bad month, so we might have. Yeah. It's the potential, It's like
about the potential.
Well, no, it's just like your cable TV. I mean, your downloads, like your internet, up to 3 mega. Yeah. 3 megabytes you might have.
If she gets out.
Well, it is kind of early. I'm not this early morning person. I'm up this early, but I'm not usually dressed and showered.
Go for it.
Go for it. Okay.
I'm going to say welcome real quick. Let's see if we can get some. We already have 3 people.
3 people?
Oh.
Okay. Hey, welcome out there, Facebook land. Here we are again. I have my host, Boulder, with
Alan Goya?
No, Travis Rob. Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to say that. Yeah. We blew that. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Sorry. We rewrote the script last week and I blew it. Okay, hey, we'll try this here. Hi, this is Boulder with our host, Travis Robinson.
Alan Goya.
With our special guest today, Tara Bertoli.
Cheers.
Boulder, cheers. And our special correspondent, Dave Anderson,
Hi,
who
Dave.
happens to live down the block, who will chime in at appropriate times. He says anything.
Right.
Anyway, so Tara,
Yes.
this is the question we've been waiting to ask you. I mean, since I've met you, it's like, what is your big dream for Boulder City?
Okay. My big dream is to keep Boulder City a destination town, to keep it small and charming. That's the draw, right? Is people come here and feel like they're taken away from the big city and pulled into what it is. So we have to keep it that way.
Well, that's what I was attracted, to. Well, that's how I met you. I loved your house because, Tara has a house on Denver Street, 1301 Denver Street, that has the Welcome to Historic Boulder City, and you theme it. It's like a Easter theme and a Valentine theme. So it makes you feel so good. Every time
Thank
I come
you.
by and I go, wow, it's not only about historic, and you have a beautiful historically preserved house, but it's not only that; it's the spirit of that. And the memory, and who lived in your house, and the history of your house, and I think that's part of, what makes us, it's not because we're just old, right, like me, but it's because you tell the story, we tell the story over, and then it makes it important to all of us.
Yes. I get excited about living at that house. I pour my heart out into that corner, and I liked how you marked me as the greeter of the north entrance.
The north
I thought that was great.
Well, we have 3 official entrances of the city, and one of them is the Nevada Way, the north entrance, and there's the Colorado and Nevada Way, which were the original entrances of the city.
Really?
Yeah.
That was one of the original entrances.
Yeah. Well, instead of an armed, lookout post with armed guards and stuff like that, like a Summerlin.
There's a lot of back doors now.
Yeah.
Like veterans.
Yeah, Federal Road and stuff like that.
Yes. So when we got that house, we have done quite a few restorations to it and improved what had already been started.
Right.
And revealed some old parts of the home that were hidden on the inside.
Right.
And with the history that had been documented in the papers that the city had, I had a sign made out front that says Thaxton House for Rufus Thaxton. He was the Bureau Reclamation engineer, one of the 6 from the 6 companies.
What part did he work on? I mean, just curious if, which.
What part did he engineer?
Right.
No, I don't know what his specific duties were. But I'm more concerned with the heritage of the home. What I mean. So I was just happy to know that he had his family
Well,
stay.
I know you're going to go back and you're going to go back and go, what did that guy do anyway?
There isn't too much. I Googled him. Yeah. And it just follows back to the Bureau and his title. Back then there wasn't much, or there isn't much of a paper trail on the internet for dates back in 1931, 1929, when he was being assigned his duties.
Right. But somewhere in the bowels of Boulder City, the records are somewhere of what this guy did.
Yes.
With engineers, they have to sign off a plan.
They say have a plan. It would be like, right. Oh, wouldn't it be cool to like have a framed engineering drawing stamped by this guy in your house?
Yes. That would be cool. If you want to get me a Christmas present.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm kind of curious. Maybe he
So I got from the Bureau of Reclamation from Denver, which is cool because I live on Denver Street. The original plans for my house that are stamped and signed from the engineer that actually built my house. And I do want to frame a couple pages of that. There are 13 pages of handwritten architectural drawings from my house, from the Denver Bureau. Alan Stromberg helped me get those, so that was pretty cool. That took
Alan
2
Stromberg
months
is like
of back and forth with the Bureau from Denver. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. So.
It wouldn't be in Boulder City. My house was built at the same time.
No, the plans aren't here. They're in Denver.
Yeah. Well,
I'll show you those.
I think it's
pop those in.
Kind of interesting because my house on Utah Street, the next door, I have confirmation that the horticulture, the guy that did the planting of Boulder City, and did basically the plant schedule. His name was Wilbur Weed, which is a great name for horticulture. But he lived in the house next door. Now I was told that Sacco de Boer, the guy that did the master plan,
what was his name?
Sacco de Boer.
What was his name?
Sacco de Boer. Sacco de Boer. He was Dutch. He was a Dutch landscape, like a landscape architect. From Denver, and he kind of created this master plan like a European city in Boulder City. But he was, supposedly stayed in the house, didn't live in it long, but he kind of hung out with Wilbur Weed, the horticulturist. They could imagine, the horticulturist and landscape artist are kind of relate to each other.
One and the same.
Yeah. Cool.
But part of it's just like getting these, these stories. Get kind of deeper, but your house was kind of unique because it was one of the houses in Boulder City were meant to be permanent houses, and a lot of the other houses weren't, and kind of like I was there.
Yes, and I plan to keep it and pass it down to my kids. And since I have lived here since '77, and always dreamed of living on Denver Street, since I grew up on the horse streets over by the cemetery, and it's just always been in the back of my mind to make it up there over on the hill, and
throughout life,
I always wanted to live next to the park, and sure, thanks. And so it's just pretty awesome. I'm pretty settled. I really.
Shaka Bra.
Yeah. See,
who's that?
we're
He's Tyler.
He just clicked on there.
Yeah. So we can actually respond. So we are trying to get to this interactive thing. Like we know when people come on, and they can say things to us, so we can say things to them. One of our problems is that we have to get a bigger budget and maybe get an iPad, because we can't see on my iPhone. It's tough on the.
I can see. I can put my glasses on. Yeah, interesting though, instead of growing up on the horse streets, I almost grew up in the old hospital, because when my dad got the job here in Boulder City to be the rural doctor in 1977, he was hired by the hospital to be there. They needed another family doctor here in town.
Right.
And so as a family physician from Missouri, which is where we came from.
Really? Oh, so this is the Missouri connection.
This is my Missouri connection.
Okay.
We came out here, and they were selling the old hospital at the time for $150,000.
Oh, the city owned it at that time then. Who owned it at that time?
I don't know who owned it because I was only 5.
Yeah, but,
but
you don't remember
I
that
remember
stuff?
going over there.
Yeah.
And we parked in the doctor's parking spot, and I have the sign hanging in my house.
You know the little house there on the side used to be the surgeon, where my neighbor Jan Miller lives. Used to be the doctor's or the surgeon's home.
Yes.
For the.
Yeah. Right.
Well, it was originally part of the deal. Like if you, it was the house.
Yes. But the new hospital had already been built, and it was open.
Right.
They were in transition at that time.
Right.
So we weren't. It wasn't functioning as a hospital. But the nuns beat the signing of. They beat us in buying the hospital.
Really? Your dad
nuns.
was going to buy?
I almost grew up in that hospital as a single family home.
You mean we could have been neighbors because
yes.
they were mine when we moved in '93, which is decades later.
Yes, it would have been me, my mom, and my dad, and my little brother growing up in that big, huge place for $150,000.
Oh, that would have,
They came in with their black gowns and a black briefcase.
And our little schnauzer.
Oh, yeah. Well, the nuns came over to Seiji's, his best friend's first birthday. They came over. And then I had all these friends over there, and, just were friends. And I said, oh, yeah, the nuns are coming over for Seiji's birthday. And they all like, what? They're drinking.
That's not who I want at my party.
And they're going, you invited nuns? I go, they're the neighbors. I got to invite the neighbors. And they came over, but they were great because they were like really major partiers. They drank all my wine. I mean, oh yeah, Sister Faith. You see my.
Sister Faith.
Sister Faith. She goes, the other one of us came out. Look out, Sister Faith will drink all your wine, and she did. She was a lot of fun. And all these guys that were like, I guess they had been beaten by nuns as a young man with rulers or something like that. Some traumatic thing with nuns. They had a great time. It transformed their life, having a couple glasses of wine with nuns.
Well, so what we ended up doing was we bought our house from the Carusos, from Mario and Lisa Caruso.
Okay.
We ended up buying a house on Sorrel, a corner lot.
Right.
And that house was cheap. But anyway, with the rest of the money, we built the Family Doctors of Boulder City building.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. On
my dad bought all that land in front of the hospital.
Right.
And built all the medical offices on Adams.
Huh.
Yeah.
Really?
That entire stretch right there. Wow. That's a good chunk of land.
Yeah, I went to the dentist there. Yeah, Rosenbaum.
Half of Rosenbaum's office we built, but Rosenbaum built his square. But the pharmacy, there used to be a pharmacy next to his office that my dad built there, and then the small building, and then there was a real tall building in the middle, and then another building. In the middle building was a racquetball court.
Right.
It was my grandfather.
A racquetball court?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. We need like an X-ray
and it had
room.
It was a racquetball court, and it had. My grandfather was a retired NFL football player, and he went.
Whoa!
I know. And he was very athletic, and after.
Wait a minute. Wait. When was he? So what year? God, did he have
in the 40s?
40s.
Yeah. He moved around, and he ended up retiring from the Washington Redskins.
Huh.
Yeah. And then he was a right guard. Yeah.
Right.
He was a guard. So
this is before they didn't have concussions, right?
Oh, he had.
It was like, just shake it off, kid. You're fine.
Right. Yeah. He had both hips replaced, both knees replaced. He had vertigo. I mean, he had physical damage his whole life.
Right.
But anyway, he got into playing racquetball professionally after his NFL days.
Wow.
So he was a professional racquetball player. Tony Leone was his name. But when we moved out here, it became Leon, so we were the Leons. But he built a racquetball court in front of the hospital in my dad's doctor's office.
Right.
And then we built another one up on Foothill Drive.
Patients say,
with some land up there, too.
What is that grunting noise?
I grew up, I would walk down from the school. I'd walk down to my dad's office in front of the hospital, grab a racket, hit some balls, and then we had a kitchen and a family room in there and a spa and a little hot tub and everything. And we had a room for residents. Doctors would come because this is a rural town,
right?
And we would rotate doctors through this town for 3 months of training. And there was a room above the racquetball court where doctors would stay for 3 months at a time for their rural rotation. And this had rural rotation
and racquetball courts.
And it was a spiral staircase up the side of the racquetball court into their little apartment. I mean, there was like an underground thing happening no one knew about. Yeah.
Is the racquetball court still there?
No, Dr. Smith bought that half of the office.
They do that.
And he turned it, but we had X-ray department, labs. I mean, he still has it. Yeah. Dr. Smith does. My dad retired.
Is it still the same building?
It's still, huh?
The building's still the same building?
The building is still the same, except the racquetball court is now 2 of offices. The administration's upstairs, and it's more patient rooms downstairs.
So the rural rotation finally got their priorities straight.
Yeah. They're like, we're just going to pack them and stack them.
Well, just, what is, so what is your, I mean, I know you're real into preservation, you love your house.
Yeah.
She has the original, address numbers and, I mean, just the plans.
I do.
Well, what's your next project? What's your next, what is
well,
your next thing
I've been doing my research, and I have established the patent, a goods and services patent for the Boulder City Company store, that dates back to the original Boulder City Company store when this was a federal reservation.
Right.
And because the federal government approved my patent, they have, in a sense, handed over the store that they used to run here with their own legal tender, because they had their own money in this town. Yes, their coins. So, yes. Good morning.
Morning. Wind. You can turn that wind off anytime you want.
Window. Breaking news from our correspondent. What's your name again? Special correspondent. Art. Breaking news. The wind has stopped blowing in Boulder City. Breaking news.
It's supposed to blow all week. So
oh yeah. Okay.
I can turn it off.
Oh, turn it off. It's gonna be hot tomorrow. No. Oh, yeah.
Call the man upstairs.
Okay.
Thank you, Art.
And your mom is here in the studio audience, I understand, too. Oh, I know she is.
My mom and my Missouri friends and some local friends, too, are behind us over here.
They're over there.
Yeah.
They're hiding. They're in the audience over here.
We're continuing the party from last night here at the Coffee Cup.
Go wave here. Wave audience, studio audience. Well, okay, quick. Look under your chair and see if you have the key. Okay, we found a sponsor yet. We'll get a sponsor. We'll get something under the key.
I have something for you, but not right now.
Okay.
Okay, so let me tell you about my store.
Okay.
So it's actually more of a business. It's not just a store.
Right.
It's going to be multifunctional, and I'm just kind of laying the groundwork for it.
Yeah.
So it's the Boulder City Company store. It's going to be everything that it once was.
Right. Was that the store that was across from down the street where Sundale Park was? Isn't that the company store there? I thought that was the original.
It's not there anymore. Yeah, it was a very long building.
Long building.
Yes.
Right.
It won't be huge like that.
Right.
I have my eye on a certain property that isn't for sale at this moment.
Oh, you can't give us a hint or what it looks like or what color it is?
It has like a burgundy awning.
A burgundy awning. Okay. Okay, a burgundy awning secret store in Boulder City. Okay, anyway. Okay.
Secret squirrel store in Boulder City.
Okay.
So that would make for a very nice outdoor patio. And I would like to have it as a gathering place. I want to be able to sell historical resale items that I gather from all these historic homes here in town, because I have a ton of artifacts that I collect from my own house. People up on the Denver and Colorado streets bring me stuff. Hey, I found this. Do you need this? We want this.
Oh, so people could source out hard to get
Yeah, I'd like
items?
to be able to source out historic hardware, historic wood, moldings, doors, and then actually repurpose them because on the other hand, I'm an artist at the same time, like a large scale artist, like a heavy wood, large, chunky kind of artist. So I could reuse it and have it be put back in the homes as a functional item.
So people aren't buying a sort of a piece of Boulder City. You're selling kind of like reclaimed.
Yeah, like a reclaim, repurpose, reuse.
I have a
reuse
whole
it.
stack of.
Yeah. Or they, if they need molding, they can come get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a whole stack of old roof tiles from the hospital in my back behind my house. That
and I need some of
Randy,
those.
You know, up there, maybe you
Oh,
can make
good.
a deal with Randy.
I tried to make a deal with him,
You know.
but he didn't get back to me because I need roof tiles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I see. You know, there's a whole supply.
So anyway.
So
My place will have a place for that type of work to happen. It will have a place for people to congregate. I would like to have where people could sit and look at their computers, free Wi-Fi. I love iced tea. I'd like to be able to make cold brew tea, hot tea.
Wow, this is
I can see
a tea shop. A tea
tea
shop
shop.
hardware store. This is a new concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hot tea
Well,
shop.
no, because
Well,
I've
hang
lived
out.
here for so long, I know exactly what the town could use.
Oh, that yeah. That's true. That's why we invited you, Kara, to the show.
So whatever I
Well, and a place
do
for
would
maybe-
work. And I know it.
Yeah.
Don't doubt me.
I know. I don't. I don't. You. I think.
And then I also have apparel, logoed apparel from my store logo. That's that I want everything to say Boulder City on it,
Right.
not Hoover Dam. People love this town. So
Boulder City needed like a
Hey, gentlemen.
really good
Gentlemen. Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, morning.
No, afternoon.
Afternoon.
That's right. Thing and feel proud of it.
we have enough Hoover Dam. They can go to the Hoover Dam store.
That's right. Let's
Right?
go to the
Okay,
Boulder.
I'll send them that way. You want Hoover Dam?
Right.
No, go somewhere else.
Right.
So, I mean, I want to get a beach towel that has that sexy
beach
Hoover Dam worker screen printed on it, so I could lay on it.
Oh, you mean the guy with his pants unbuttoned?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
I want to take that to Lake Mead.
Where he's like,
Yeah. Oh, I also.
You're going to Lake Mead? Here's a beach towel. Here's the Hoover Dam worker.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Anything like that.
I think so.
I just want everything Boulder City. People want to come here and they want to leave with a Christmas
Right.
ornament.
Right.
You know, that we need
oh yeah, Christmas ornaments. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I know what my store will sell.
Wow.
I know what people need.
I think
just
you're
need
right.
I need to do the purchase.
Right.
I need the store.
Well, if
but see,
I'm thinking about this mythical maroon burgundy awning place.
Oh.
I think I know what you're talking about. Used to be a hardware store. And so historically, it's it's kind of going back to its roots, what it was down over there. But to find those things.
I could even do parties there. Like I just need a big garage style project table,
Right.
and I could teach people how to do all the things that I do, and they could take a piece of it home with them, like a wine and canvas. It could be like beer and pallets,
beer and oh yeah.
because I
beer.
work with wood, so. But
Right.
which leads me to being on the Jamboree Committee because we start April 19th.
Right.
All the background design for this year's 4th of July party. So, I mean, that starts.
Oh, right.
That starts next week, really. I'm on the design committee for the Jamboree Committee.
So are you doing are you distributing the pallets too?
I do. I help make those with a
the-
small amount of people that do the
You
design
know the pallets that
aspect.
you see with
we
the
make
flag?
the.
I remember seeing them specifically like this last year and being like, oh, okay, those are like really nice.
This is fun.
It is fun.
Yeah,
I really
Like, they're
enjoy
sprouting,
the
yeah.
creativity. We did. We made 50 last year.
I know.
to
Yeah, they're
add to the
sprouting
ones
over.
that were
It's like What is this?
And then we asked the community to make them, and the community really came out last year and made some and put them out on. I mean, the National Park Service made 6 and stuck them out on the corner, which were awesome. And the swim team made a ton of them, and then the 4-H. I mean, everything was making.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah,
like
it did.
Weird,
It was organic, and that's what
I
we
thought it was
want.
like there's a weird cult happening or something.
That's what everything needs. It's just organic growth.
And then, we put them around the Albertson sign, and we're just kind of sticking them. People come into town and they say, "Ooh, this is a cool place. I don't know why, but I like it." And it's because of these the feeling we create during that time of year.
And so you're capturing, I don't know, but I like it. You're capturing the I like it part.
Yeah,
right?
we're the I like it.
I like it part.
I like
it. I like it.
But that takes a lot of, that takes 2 months worth of, this year it's only going to take 2 months to kind of tidy up and make some new things.
Right.
But it's taken a lot longer than that to make what is in existence. And we store them all over the place in the city buildings.
Right.
Even in the old water treatment plant is where we store some of the stuff. The big barrels. And in the Department of Water and Power is the major storing place.
The way where they won't let me look at the secret room is too dangerous in there. Do not go to that. I mean, I've been there. They go, no, I can't go in there. Really, what's in there?
Yeah.
Because it's the magic pallets.
The magic is going to start happening April 19th.
Wow, very
cool.
for
the Jamboree Committee design team. Yeah.
Maybe we could have like a part of the show. We could have like people coming to the to a show and just kind of like walk through with their palette and then kind of walk out like. And then we could have a contest and how up numbers. Not vote.
I'm getting something out.
Okay.
I made something.
God. This is our first prop. Our guest brought a prop to our show. This is exciting.
Okay.
Look at this.
I have decided, because everything that we talk about requires money, right? You're all blowing smoke, good. Right? I've made the Bold Boulder lottery pool.
Whoa, lottery.
I don't know. Can you see? Can you hold that up to the camera there so that people can read it?
Yep. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Margaret, look at this. You're so cool.
Thank you.
I feel so much love. I'm about to cry.
All right, the light works better at nighttime.
It's working perfect in here.
Oh, this is great.
All right, so this is what I was thinking, because I go to Rosie's, because I want to be a millionaire.
We want to be a millionaire. Okay.
So I figure we could all, and I put a little pen and paper in there. We could write down how much money it's only $2 a person.
Right.
So we have to keep track of how many people put $2 in there. And then when we win,
right.
Like it says, are you kidding me? I'll never forget when, right? Dream bigger.
Right.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Right.
Right? Okay. And then we all split it. Whoever is in it for the week,
right,
out to Rosie's and get a lottery ticket,
right,
for either Powerball or Megabucks. We got to work out the deets for next week.
Or okay.
No, just one of us go, whatever.
Yeah.
Get a ticket. And then anyone who wants to be part of the Bold Boulder Lotto can put $2 in.
Right.
And then we all split the millions. Whoever's name is in the bucket.
Right. And
I mean, it's a long shot.
Is there a preferred or recommended use for your millions?
It's for Boulder City.
Yeah, but it has to be a Boulder City project.
We gotta do something here to make Boulder City better.
Right. Well, we're not going to just split the money and leave.
No.
Right.
No.
We're talking about get the money and do something with this money.
Do something here. It's for the Boulder. It's for Boulder City's dreamers.
Right. That's right. Just faith. This is
Well, this is all dollar store right here.
Yeah.
Local Boulder City. I was helping the Boulder City business.
Everything you can find in Boulder City.
Shopping local.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so here, this is a prop for you guys.
Oh, this is cool.
But we're gonna.
$2, I think.
So, come on over, drop in your $2.
Put your name in the bin.
As a city.
And we're going to help Boulder City.
Well, here, I want to be the first $2 that we get here. Here's my $2.
Put my name on the list.
Dave's
Yeah.
number 2.
Okay.
I'll be number 3 next show, bro.
Catching that hit point.
Not for a while. I gotta wait till 2020 hits.
Okay.
Well,
So-
that is brilliant. That is really
You like
brilliant.
that idea?
I do.
Okay,
I do
good.
like that. It's
It,
really
it might go. I mean, every week,
God,
put a
look
couple
like
bucks
not
in.
only a prop, but an idea and a call to action. I mean, it's pretty amazing. I think.
Right. I mean, we have to do
Okay.
something.
Okay. Well, this is a good time for our second question. I think.
I put your name down there.
Oh, did you? Okay.
So, we've heard the dream. What's the superpower?
Oh,
What
do
is
I?
this?
Can I only say one?
No, you can say as many. I mean, it's like multiple. Most people. But like Superman.
know, it's like-
Superman can fly and has X-ray vision, and he's
Right.
bulletproof. That's
I mean,
more
I have
than
a
the
stupid human trick, but
Okay.
we'll
Is that
we'll
a
start
su-
with superpowers.
Superpower. Okay.
What is your superpower?
Perseverance is my superpower.
Oh, yeah?
Because I always
Oh, yeah?
finish what I start.
Oh, yeah?
Always.
You're like
It doesn't matter if I'm dirty, if I break down,
Right.
if I cry,
Right.
if I'm pissed. If someone tells me I can't do it, that makes me even do it more.
oh. Yeah.
Right? Don't tell me I can't.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Are you a Taurus by any chance?
No, I'm a Virgo. I'm a Virgo. I definitely finish what I start. Okay, and I'm also a good. Are any of you ambidextrous?
I can. Well, I can make my finger tweak like that, but it's not ambidextrous.
Okay. What the
I
heck?
can roll my. What?
Okay.
What? It's like weird.
Well, that has to do with. That's like maybe a stupid human trick.
Yeah, you can roll
No,
your tongue. Yeah.
but like I'm.
It is. It's just not really a superpower.
So there are some differences,
Okay.
but no.
When do you put some aloe vera on?
Yeah, that's why I can't run for office in this town, because I'm so cut and dry. I have no social graces. I
Oh,
really,
yeah.
and
Politicians
I
need
can't
social
stand
graces.
people like that. I want to get things done. If I had to
Right.
wait for 14,000 people in this town to come up with a plan,
Oh my God! A plan they all agree on.
I just want to do it myself.
Yeah.
Just let me do it.
Just do
you
it.
know, I don't want to wait for all you.
Right.
I want to do it myself.
Cool.
So I can't run for office.
Right.
It's just
Right.
not in my
well,
DNA.
like Boulder City's like the original build it and they will come town, right? Like they built it and there were people lining up to come,
Yeah,
right?
I
And
just
you could-
gotta. I have to remind myself to have social grace because
Oh, yeah.
I'm just really ballsy.
Uh-huh.
So
I like the social graces thing.
Oh.
I'm social grace. Yeah.
yeah,
Here I am. I'm happy.
yeah. I have a plaque in my house that says, "Well-behaved women seldom make history."
That's right. Well, I know
I
you
mean,
because you
and
are
that's
not
like me.
afraid. You are not afraid to confront people in your robe. I've seen you.
Oh,
Yes. Or greet people in your robe. If it's like
Oh.
you're going towards the goal, it doesn't matter, man.
no.
Yeah.
If I'm in my robe and I
Robe,
have
and we're-
to get
and we're there, and
it's like I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever.
As long as business is happening, it's all good.
Right. If it's helping me reach my goal, then
Right.
I'm on it.
Right.
Right? So, but, right. Yeah. And then another asset would be like I'm right brain and left brained at the same
Oh
time.
wow. We should all take advantage of
Yes.
So that's where the
Possible.
ambidextrous kind of
that.
comes
Oh yeah,
in.
everybody left and right.
Yes. But
Do they-
I
are
can
they-
like
do
run
they-
the business. And I can, I'm very creative and artistic at the same time. So I can do the QuickBooks
Yeah.
and be the accountant
Oh yeah.
and paint the mural on the outside of the building.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm from a liberal arts school. I'm kind of like I don't have left or I kind of like in the middle of both brains, but I can't use the edges of either one of them. It seems
Yeah.
like so kind of generalist. And I get excited and artistic, and I can count. Simple budgets are fine, but you get into like the little sub budgets, it falls apart.
So my favorite Christmas present in the past 5 years would have to be my DeWalt cordless drill.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Reversible, of course.
That's the kind of person I am.
Yeah. Who gave you that drill?
Unplugged.
Troy, my husband.
Your husband, yeah,
He knows how to get to my heart.
That's right. Yeah.
Charged and unplugged.
Yeah. No fingernail. I don't get my nails done. I don't have jewelry on because that just gets in the way of my goal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm really excited about this little shop because, we'll work on the tiles for you so we can get,
Yes, I see the final. I can see my shop.
Oh, yeah?
And I know I'm going to get there, and so we're
you,
working on it.
Are you kind of
getting
like
there.
pre-visualizing this
Oh yes,
thing?
all the way.
Oh yeah, and you can see the people coming in, and you even know who they are.
Well, yes, I'm getting there. I love restoration. We've done this. I've restored 3 houses in Boulder, all in the historic district.
Right.
Okay.
And this would be another restoration for me that I'm visualizing.
Right. Oh yeah. And what's the next? I have another question. It's like, what's the next piece of sculpture or greeting behind in your yard? What is going to be the next?
I could take that's a good thing for public comment because something between now and Memorial Day is what I've been throwing up in the air.
Right now you're still kind of spring.
Yeah, I'm about ready to take that down.
Right. The ladder, yeah. Happy tax day. Yeah, happy tax day.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know how you generate a lot of enthusiasm for tax day.
No, that's funny. I didn't even think about tax day.
That's right.
But my Memorial Day is.
How about no state income tax day or something like that?
Oh.
Yeah, we could do that. Like in Boulder City.
I could advertise Boulder for you.
You could. But what else is like
know.
Memorial Day?
That's going to be my huge, big star, my big red, white, and blue thing that I like to that I made for the corner. But between now and then, I would like to do something different.
Right.
So it's like going to be a Pinterest thing or a suggestion box item. I'm not real sure.
This time of year is so maybe it's a don't worry about the heat, it's coming day. Because everybody here, every time it gets warm here, like in the spring, like tomorrow's going to be 90. Everybody's going to go, oh my God, summer's coming, it's about to happen.
I have electric out there. Maybe I should plug in like 10 or 15 fans and just...
It's like summer is coming.
Oh my gosh.
Like everybody's like, and I go, no, it'd be hot now and cool down in May. You never really know. But everybody's terrified. They're going like, it's about to come. It's like we're about to fry and the heat people and the cold people.
I wasn't prepared for my next corner. Those I'm inspired by the strangest things. For the corner items, like this Easter one, I was inspired by little ducks. Okay. So I went searching around in Henderson. I bought 30 little chickens, little tiny chickens, 30 of them, and I glued them down to egg crates and chairs.
These weren't live chickens.
No. They were. Oh, sorry. No. They were fake. Fake little baby chickens.
I have chickens because we can't have chickens in Boulder City. I got 2
little chicks. Cute little Easter-looking yellow chicks.
Like the little. What are the yellow?
Chirp.
Peeps. Yeah.
Yeah, little. Yeah. But that was my inspiration. Was these little baby ducks that I saw on TV. I thought, instead of doing bunnies this year, I'm doing ducks or chickens. Chickens. I'm doing
chickens.
Animals. I'm not doing. So I ended up with 30 little peeps and stuck to everything out there. Yeah, coming out of eggs and stuck to cages and whatever. Anyway, so just. Thank you.
So. You should do something. You got to do something, Dave. You're like that.
I'll leave that to my wife.
Thank you for visiting.
She likes to do those little set pieces.
Oh, yeah.
Especially on the mantle, not outdoors.
Yeah. And then that chair was about ready to go to the dump, and it is going to end up at the dump, but I ended up sticking it out on the corner because I didn't care if my sprinklers got it wet or whatever. So.
Well, Tara, it's been a great show. I'm really glad but I want you to I'm hoping that you come back. Well, one is when we win the lottery. You're gonna have to come back. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that show, and then maybe we can I would love for you to be one of our special correspondents too, and maybe come in and especially when we have the the new inspiration for the corner display for the north gate of the city.
Sure, I would love
She's the
it.
guardian,
I would love it. I like the Guardian. I have the flag out every day. I'm honoring
welcoming people to our city,
our country, and our vets.
Yeah, who goes here? So,
4th
of July palette runway. Like, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah, you could get a behind-the-scenes look at our 4th of July backstory there for the Jamboree, what we do, where we keep it. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, so next week, who do we have next week?
You tell me.
It might be Warren. It might be Warren Arhay. I'm not sure. We'll tell you next week. But thank you for visiting Boulder. And Tara, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me, Dave.
The man on the corner.
Right, episode 10. Oh, God, we have 10 now.
Oh, yeah.
Episode 10, Boulder.
Digits.
Thanks for doing it. This was great.
It couldn't be incorporated somehow, right? I don't know.
I think it has to